you still have pain during sex and you're still keeping quiet. That's a challenge. But thank God you're watching this video. I'm going to tell us simple things that you can do to get rid of that painful sex. Just common things that you can do, and that painful sex will not experience it anymore. But before we look into that, there are a whole lot of things that can cause you to have painful sex. Sex that is meant to be enjoyed and not to be endured, especially in marriage. But before I go into the simple thing that you can do and be free from painful sex, you would like to know what causes all this painful sex. If you don't know the cause of anything, you wouldn't know how to go about the treatment. If you have vaginal dryness, certainly anytime you're having sex, you must feel pains. Why? Because the liquid that should lubricate the inside of the vagina and avert friction of the penis and that vagina is no longer there. So vaginal dryness is one of the major things that make you to have pains when having sex. And there are so many things that can cause that vaginal dryness. One of it is menopause. By the time you've entered into this phase of life, talking about females, phase of life that you don't give birth anymore. Menopause, transition from the reproductive age to a stage or age of life that you cannot give birth anymore. Anything that makes your menses to stop permanently, we call it menopause. So menopause is a bigger factor that can cause your vagina to be dry. It does this by a number of ways. When you enter menopause, there's a drastic reduction in the production of certain hormones, sex hormones, that help menstruations and ensure the health of your sexual organs. When you use birth control pills, your vagina will always be dry. When you don't indulge in foreplay, you start having sex. When you don't allow your husband to touch, those sensitive areas, those places that if you touch, you start feeling something, you know what I mean? Those areas that you like him to touch you. If you don't allow him to touch you, or probably he doesn't know those areas that he can touch you and you feel like a woman. If he doesn't know, teach him, because if you lack arousal, that place will remain dry. So these are just the three major things that will make vagina to be dry. And when your vagina is dry, anything that enters into that place will just be paining you. So I said one is menopause. If you enter into menopause, it can make you have vaginal dryness. If you use birth control pills, that is contraceptive pills, your vagina will always be dry. If you lack arousal, your vagina will be dry. Urinary tract infection is the number 2 that can make you to have pains during sex. Urinary tract infection is an infection in the tract of the urinary, is what we call urinary tract infection, UTI. It could be infection in the bladder, it could be infection in the ureter, it could be infection in the urethra, it could be infection close to the kidneys. So along that tract, where urine is being produced up from the kidney and out of the system, we call urinary tract. So